Okay, good afternoon. Thank you for joining our leader talks. This is the contact center Asia Pacific event with me, Manish. Our leader talks is the Vice President Southeast Asia for Verint Customer Engagement Solution, and we are really appreciate the time for Manish to willingness to share about data science and data analytics. We understand his backgrounds, a lot of about the customer experience, customer engagement, and I understand Verint is very has been implemented in this region for many company, and of course with more than it's a lot of experience about that. I think we will have opportunity to learn about data science today, and we also have learn about data analytics as well. Hopefully, we can ask a lot of questions, and let's start with introduction from Manish. I give opportunity to him. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Andi, for this opportunity, and good afternoon, everyone. It's been a pleasure to connecting back with you. I think Indonesia is always part of my heart. I mean, fortunately, the travel is not possible in last 1 or 2 years, but I'm excited that soon it is going to be open up for all of us, and then we will get to meet you all in person as one-to-one. So that's what something I'm looking forward to. And today, hopefully, have a fruitful conversation on about data science and data analytics in the contact center. So, yeah, I would be happy to share the experience, the best practice, the knowledge, understanding what we have gained and what I have learned from the Verint and deploying Verint solutions across the region. So, yeah, thank you very much, Pak, and everyone.
Thank you, Manish. Let me start with the first question I have here, because many people are asking about data science, data analytics, and how about actually what is all about? Yeah, can you explain about this, and what is the framework in terms of the customer engagement, customer experience, and contact center? Go ahead.
Okay, I think so. The data analytics in contact center or data science in contact center, we have been hearing all interaction inside, interaction analytics. So we hear this kind of word being used very commonly in the contact center nowadays. Okay, so basically, contact center is actually locking huge amount of structured and unstructured data. Okay, which is we call it voice interactions and email and chat interactions in terms of text. Okay, so the contact centers are traditionally dealing with voice, email, and chat, and so basically it is the place where rich set of these data are being collected 24/7. Okay, and on top, the agents, the contact center agents or representative who are working, assisting on the interactions, they have a desktop and they use various applications and the tools. This can be used as also to capture the together with voice and text from the email and chat and the voice interaction, that in combined with that, it becomes even a richer set of data. And sorry, can you put the questions again?
Okay. Some people say that data analytics about the features, but data science is talking about the current condition.
Yes, I think so. Basically, so of course, the data science has been the recent practice nowadays because the organizations are building the analysts who are actually working day in, day out with this rich set of data. Just now I mentioned the voice conversations and email and chat conversations. So because there is a lot of learning that they can get to improve the marketing campaigns, or to improve the better customer service, or improve the upsell, cross-sell opportunity, to get the sales insights, and same time measure the best quality metrics for the agents, for the employee, and empower them for making a decision for successful outcomes. So the data analytics are being used within the contact center, and they are actually focusing on enterprise-wide. They are not applied only for the voice channel or only for the email channel. It is applied for across the channels, and actually the data analytics help to learn the practices, learn about customers' liking and disliking, and then anticipate the customer's next requirement, and be ready with this. So yeah, so that is what the data analytics help, and data scientists, I would say, they rely on data analytics to determine more than the actionable, which are more focused on the contact center, but they are more focused on the business. Well, basically, like building a predictive models, predictive NPS models, predictive behaviors of the consumers, predictive buying patterns, and that's what data science can help you with that. So data science help not only today's requirement, but it meets your futures and get you ready for ahead of the competition, ahead of the curve. So I think that's the difference.
Thank you, Manish, regarding that. So data analytic more about the futures, yeah. Okay, with the current condition, pandemic, and so many changes, what do you think the opportunity of data science in contact center?
I think it is huge, because if you remember when the 2020 the pandemic started, I think contact centers were busy about how they can do the BCP, business continuity planning, and make sure that the most of the agents are work from home, and the schedules can still be derived, and finally you can say in 2021 we saw that hybrid model came up, where and now those hybrid model looks to be permanent, where contact center will be working from home as well as from the office together. So that creates a lot of challenges and opportunities as well. The challenges in terms of, because before the supervisor, the quality managers, the CX officers, they had a full visibility of the agents, the way that the behaviors of the listening to the call, and training and coaching and mentoring were helping within the premises. But today now they're all working from remote. There is no visibility for them. So it is a big challenge, but I think it creates an opportunity for bringing those data analytics and AI infused tools that allow them to monitor and measure their productivity while they're working from home. So basically what I can say, data analytics has been extended with the AI and machine learning ability to allow this measuring the workforce performance, and same time helping them to provide the right information. You might have heard about the real-time agent assist. This is also coming in a contact center now, and this is very, very important, because while working from home, agent needs a real-time guidance. So they need to rely on robotics tools or AI tools such as Verint today provides, whereby the speech analytics robots can in real time listening to the conversations, understanding the hourly need, and automatically pop up those best practice examples on the desktop of agent, so that agent can successfully close the call and satisfy the customer. So those kind of applications are also aided, because the combination of hybrid culture happening between work from home and from the office as well. So
I see. I think it's very good that you highlight about the how robotic can helping agent as well as quality assurance, not only listening the calls in that monitoring the chatting, but now they can monitor more bigger data with helping with the tools of AI. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And I think, we have one more thing I want to add to your point. So because you see, pandemic has another thing has kicked off is accelerated of the digital transformation, right? So most of the bank or telcos, the contact centers are busy in reaching out to more by introducing a lot of digital services or self services, and the learning of the self services actually are derived from the contact center. So if you have applied those open platform data analytics tools such as Verint provides, or with the data science team you have garnered in your office, I think that can help you to learn those best practices and then program it for the efficient self-services. Because nowadays customer reach out to the contact center to get the complex task done, and then they reach out to the self-service channel to get the service back, with the no patience of waiting time. So self-service channel, which is a digital channel, has to be efficiently functioning and providing those resolution for the customer who expect that high response time. And I think the contact center analytics, the data analytics in contact center, that help you to accelerate the best practice on the self-service channel too.
I see. So self-service become, utilizing the data analytic to predict.
Right from the contact center.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, for the contact center. In other side, we still need human to helping customer in terms of the complexity of the problem and so on. Yeah.
Correct. So I think we have seen the repetitive or low productive tasks are being driven to the digital solution. So exactly. So let's say complex purchasing or complex buying decisions probably are happening on the unstructured conversations, whether it is email, chat, or on the voice conversations in the contact center. And then the serving or fixing the problem of those buying decisions are probably use self-service and where with the faster response time and can be automated. So this is the practice we see actively, and the FAQ type of tasks are also being routed to the self-service, so that a customer can get on a fingertip those immediate informations.
Okay. Some people trying to understanding actually what is the output directly to the management regarding data analytics. Can you, for the leader itself, how they can take advantage of because we are talking a lot about how customer get health, agent can have, and what is management can take advantage of this data science.
I think the customer experience is a key strategy for most of the organizations, and customer experience is derived from the customer and successful customer engagement, and that is across the omni-channel or multi-channel the organization has. The management and the senior leaders, such as chief marketing officer, chief customer officer, chief digital transformation officer, customer specialist, retention specialist, these are the CXO level, are expecting the business intelligence coming from this mind of, I would say, a lot of conversational data which are residing into the contact center. Okay, and what they are expecting, they would like to get the right information at the right time to the right person, delivered for immediate actions. So basically, it's about not only learning about what customer needs, but it's about also empowering an employee to provide those successful outcomes. Because at the end of the day, it's about engagement between employee of your organization and the end customer, right? So the interaction inside only focusing on a customer also doesn't help if the employee is not put on a core part of it. So a successful customer engagement is about the empowering employee, engaging with the customer, and resolving their questions or solutions in the almost real time or almost in near real time. So the C levels are expecting this kind of intelligence where they could help the organization to be ready, to be future ready. As I explained earlier, that with those predictive modeling, predictive NPS, predictive the behavior, predictive understanding of customer liking and disliking, those predictive modeling they would want to work, and those insights they rely from the data analytics happening in the contact center.
Okay, that's good. It seems that with data analytics and data science, now top management can understanding what contact center doing. Yeah, what is the progress of contact center doing? So
yes, I think.
What do you think? Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I think because you see because we already saw that most of the organizations have already introduced digital self-service tools. So basically, the more complex call are lending to the contact center. Okay, so which means that agent has even tougher task than before, because the human assistance required to solve the more complex problem in the contact center than before. And they have to deal with a customer who waited long on the queue, and they are emotionally charged when they are landed to the agent desk, right? So agent has to handle their complex requirement, complex demand. On top, they are emotionally charged. So the management or the CMO or CXO has to take care of that the contact centers are fully prepared, that the agents are empowered and trained enough to empathize with the callers, and not just doing merely tick box checking work, right? They need to own the conversation. They need to drive the successful engagement so that the customers would like to keep coming back to the enterprise for the various of their need. And I think this is what the managements would like to see and check from the contact center to ensure that contact center become the successful customer engagement frontline for the organization.
Okay. Based on your experience of the implementation of this data analytic, and how do you think the workforce to prepare the changes? Do we need someone to do that, or this is automatically by machine learning? Okay, what is your opinion?
Yes, I think so. Data analytics and data science in the contact center, I think two things required as a strategy to be driven. First of all, the analytics should not be only applied in a siloed, which means it should not be per channel. It should be across the multiple channel, because you would like to measure your customer experience across the channel and not restrict to one channel such as voice or email, and not measure them in a siloed way, because you want to have a customer choose any channel, regardless of the channel they come to you. You would like to measure 360-degree their customer journey, because important for you is a customer journey, not the channel they choose. So you must have a right interaction analytics platform such as Verint in your organization. That's something number one thing required to do. And then number two is you must have embraced the culture of analytics into your products and into your day-to-day, and not being used as an ad hoc tool. And third is about the learning you get from these interaction insights. Then there must be a process in the organization to be applied for corrections and for the improvement or to elevate the customer experience. So there has to be a measurement to see the impact and actual outcome derived. So that has to be the process. So these three things are very important for the successful analytics strategy for the contact center.
Okay, you're talking about the culture, you're talking about the platform and learning process.
Yes.
How long do you think one organization to implement data science and data analytics?
I think now as everything is moving towards cloud transformations, so the deployment is very easy, straightforward. Is like plug and play. But I think you want to definitely focus on a multilingual side. I think that is where, so you need to identify, because it's not only about the analytics solution, it's about the consulting approach together, working as a partnership, as a trusted advisor is important. So you would like to partner with the company who provides the best analytics technology together with the consulting that can help the successful and fastest implementation or fastest ROI.
I see. Within Asia-Pacific, of course, so many language, so many, what is dialect? What do you think? I mean, that is it easy for, similar Indonesia? Indonesia is a lot of language.
Yes.
Okay. And as well, Malaysia, I think also Singapore and others, Thailand, some dialect about that. So what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. So I think that's why it is very important to look for a partner, look for the vendor who has experience in providing this multilingual, because as you say, the accents are every 50 kilometers there is a new accents you hear. And ASEAN is diverse region with so many languages and dialects are being used, and I think it's very important. The experience of the vendor, the partner, such as Verint. I think Verint has the experience of deploying more than 70 languages around the world, including the Indonesia Bahasa or Malaysia Bahasa, or Mandarin or Hokkien, Cantonese, and Chinese languages, as well as Philippine or Tagalog or Philippines. We have deployed across the region with the successful customers. So so it's very important, because without the language, you will not be able to utilize this rich set of data. Because when you want to pass to your data scientists or your data lakes, it is important that you are able to capture 100% transcription successfully in the right language, and then giving to the data science to uncover a lot of trends and insight which help business to take right decision.
Okay. So in some language, the translation from voice to text become 100%, almost 100% to translation. Yeah.
This is the best practice, because but we have seen the many of the places, even such sometime we go and utilize on Windows on our desktop. You have those are kind of keyword spotting type of where they identify one or two words and then they try to measure. But today, when you are dealing with the interaction in the contact center, it is very complex in nature. So the context becomes so important. So you have to have an ability to 100% transcribe into the native language that actually can help make the right decision. I just give you an example that when you are speaking over the phone, you use the word cancel, and somebody use in a same accent say, I want to cancel my account. So cancel sound so similar. So if you don't have a context, if you don't measure the rest of the portion of your conversation, you may not be able to derive the right meaning, right intent for driving your accents.
Right.
So
thank you.
The language is so important. We call it language accent customization. They are so important for bringing the success.
Okay. Thank you. I think we give opportunity to participant to ask questions.
Yes, please. My pleasure.
Okay. Yeah, Pak Sudibyo, raise the hand. Go ahead, Pak Sudibyo. I think you know very well, Pak Sudibyo. So, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Very clear.
Yeah, okay. Hi, Manish. How are you?
Hi,
Hope everything's well. Okay, there's a lot of question from in my mind. Yeah. First of all, that the data analytic is based on the big data, right?
Yes.
So my question is, how big? or how small is the data that you need to chew up, what is the consequence whether this is applicable for contact center with the 100 agent, for example, or 1,000 agent, or even 10, 15, and so on. Because if analytic is based on the statistic, right? Yes. And statistic with the big good result should be based on the big data. If the data is too small, then the result, confusing, or you're not valid. So how big is it?
Yeah, I think, okay, so thank you very much, Pak, for your questions. So basically, the big data is about why it calls big data. It's because it's a combination of structured and unstructured data, okay? So structured data is the CRM data, the financial data, statistics, the database you have, the customer profiling, you do it in the organizations. These are the rich set of I would say structured data. Now, they are not enough in a silo to give you the insight about the behavioral of the customer if it is not used in conjunction with the conversational data, which is coming from the contact center, which is a voice conversation, email conversation, and the chat conversation. That is the unstructured data. So the unstructured data combined with the structured data, it's become a big data. So it's not about the size, it's about bringing the two polarized world to converge together to make meaningful insight. And it is not about measuring thousands of conversations at one time, or you have a merely 10, 15 conversations at one time. It's important. It's important is that what do you do with this conversation, this insight? So when you are locking in this tons of conversation, whether it is coming from 10 agents or 1,000 agents, together with the back-end applications you have running, and then you are doing slice and dice with the help of your data science team or the tools such as Verint can provide with the AI and the various machine learning ability to bring those insights out. So that is what most important as a big data. Hope I answered your question. So it's not about the size, it's about measuring or analyzing unstructured and structured data together. Okay? Because as I said, the structured data doesn't have the emotion portion of the conversation, right? Because CRM data doesn't speak how the customer was happy or unhappy, angry or not angry, or basically they had did they provide you more insight about the competition, about your promotion, services, people. All these things are only coming from the conversational insights.
So you can know or understand the sentiment of the conversation.
Yes, absolutely. That's part of the.
That's the point,
that
right?
Is the rich, that is the rich set coming in from the conversational data from the contact center, and that help you to derive your digital transformation strategy, because a lot of insight are unlocked in this conversation for the digital scientists to apply on the digital transformation they want to do it. What kind of, see, again, very simple thing. Everybody nowadays on mobile apps, am I correct? So they want to keep on improving the mobile app, becoming more self-intuitive, becoming more intelligent. So this cannot be possible if you have not applied your data science or data analytics to those insight you have got from the conversations from the contact center. So the contact center with the 10 agent, 15 agent, or 1,000 agent doesn't matter. If they want to learn about the future trends, about the predictive behavior of your customer and solve the problem, about your agents, because as you see, as your customers are demanding, so your employee are too. So you need to measure both. And we all have to remember that this after pandemic, digital transformation accelerated, and same time, we all are hearing now resignation wave in the contact center, right? So it is a tough time for the contact center as well to retain those agents and make them empowered to take the right decisions. Okay, so all this thing can only be helped with the capturing of those big data, which is nothing but the unstructured and structured data analytics.
I see.
Okay, next question, boleh Andi?
Yeah. Go ahead, Pak Sudibyo.
Okay.
One more question from Sudibyo. Yeah, go ahead.
I have a lot of in my mind, and bad experience today also to get some services from one of the institution actually. You mentioned about the application and so on. The channel that you mentioned before, like voice, email, chat. So I assume that this related to speech and data, speech and text analytics.
Right? Absolutely.
Yeah. The next, the one that you just also mentioned, about the mobile apps and so on. I stuck in one of the institution to get the services, to change the data or to make some correction and so on. Yeah, even for registration, fail. The OTPs doesn't work.
Yes.
So I have to come to the counter and so on with the long queue and so on. I mean that the app is there. The app is there.
Yes.
Yeah, the app is there, but it doesn't work. So that makes a long queue. But this for months, not the fix. So you have to come a few times, just to make some correction.
Yeah. So I think this is the.
Is there any meaning for the leaders and so on to give input, to improve the customer, experience. On the other way, on the other side is also to improve the services, because this money actually for the company,
Yeah, agree. So I absolutely, and that is what I said earlier, that if the contact center wants to improve, keep on improving, because this is the fast-paced digital transformation era we are working in now today, especially after the pandemic. You have challenges because your workforce are operating from home, and you need to rely a lot on digital tools, and at the same time you need to have somebody listening real time this digital or the non-digital conversation at the same time and acting near real time. So what you explained, the OTP problem, yes, I agree. So if you have a big data tools such as Verint, which provides for customer insight, which you obtain from your interaction, you will be able to automate it in your self-service channel, so that tomorrow you have a problem, you can reset your password, you can reset whatever you need to do without queuing at the counter, okay? Because you can, if you have a right analytics tool deployed in the contact center, you will learn and fix it and make it a self-service, so that customer doesn't have to go physically or wait again in the long queue, and they can straight away fix the problem through the WhatsApp channel, through the chatbot, and solve the problem and start getting the OTP again. So this is what I cite, that whatever, if you learn real time what is happening in your contact center, in your interaction center, that will help you pave the way for your efficient digital strategies for your organization, which has got more successful outcome.
Oh, thanks. I think that's a very good question for Pak Sudibyo. Combining all the channel, including the mobile data, especially for the mobile application, we talking about the capacity, because sometimes with it's like Indonesia mobile phone user, it's a huge number. Yeah, immediately if they using the application at the same time, how can application can analyze all the conversation with
I agree. So I think basically the behavior is not only about the conversation behavior, but also the browsing behavior. So mobile apps, that behavior also can be captured in real time to act in real time. And also the most important thing is a consistent information delivery. So the customer can start from the mobile app, then go to your website portal, and then reach out to the contact center, and then reach out to your branch. So whatever sequence they reach out to you, you want to have a consistent, contextual, same delivery information. If customer asking question A, you need to have answer A only across the channel they choose to work with. So you must have a knowledge management, intelligent knowledge management system behind, which is a centralized, supporting all these channels in a real-time basis to act and give them guidance, regardless of the channel customer choose to start with first. Okay, so this is very, very important for successful mobile apps as well.
I see. I'm worried about the capacity, because if you are talking about maybe 100 agent or 1,000 agent, but if you are talking about that million composition every day, I mean that how we rely on the technology that capable to do that.
Yeah, so I think because nowadays everything is cloud, so fast paced, you have a enormous computing power available, and because of the latest digital signal processing technology, I believe that the audio processing, compressing is become a tiny data as good as any data, and now the videos are also being added on top, because you can see that many banks are started adopting the video tools and the video phone banking as well. So sooner or later, video is also going to be added, and it's going to make this big data even bigger, because you have a more unstructured data coming in from everywhere, every channel. The organization used to do that. So yeah, I think the way the cloud computing is growing, I don't see this is a problem. It is not a limit, whether it's you have a million or billions of interaction. Today, Verint cloud platform manages billions of interactions every day. Today, analyze real time and provide insight to our range of big, I would say, corporate customer across the world.
How about the security?
Yeah, security. I think because you see here that every cloud has because we are, whether you use the AWS or Google or Microsoft Azure.
Yeah.
So there is you do the partnership and work with the certifications and the standards before you launch out. So I think it is pretty much tightly monitored and measured with the various audit and checks in a place, and most of the international certification the cloud platform today have. So whenever you use this kind of analytics applications, I think you are fully secured as far as I'm concerned.
Based on the Verint experience, well, I mean, do you have? I mean, even though you don't mention the name of the company, I mean, that how big the contact center that utilizing this kind of Verint solution?
I think, I can name a few. I think in Indonesia, one of the largest bank, BCI is our top user. We have, I can name it plenty of banks. I'm not sure I'm under non-disclosure with those customers, but leading banks and telcos in the region around the world are very big customer. HSBC, I can just mention name because I know we have done the press release. They are the biggest our analytics customer globally. Okay.
I see. So, and they're starting using analytics and data science for their contact center. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Is it implemented only for the contact center or also?
No, as I said, it is across the channel. So
across the
channel. So sometimes you need to measure the customer interaction across the enterprise. So the most of the problem happens in the back office and the branch.
I see.
Okay, in the processing of the task, then the conversation between agent and customer.
I see.
Let's say your invoice was generated wrongly, your bill was generated wrongly. That happens in the back office. So you need to have analytics applied across to ensure that you learn and then you provide that immediate feedback to the contact center agents to handle those interactions effectively so that you can respond to customer timely. You have reduced AHT, you have higher customer satisfaction, you bring up your customer loyalty and elevate your customer experience. So this is what the goal is about for the contact center metrics. But you need to have ability to measure across the enterprise. So analytics needs to be applied across the enterprise.
Yeah, but I mean that I think only a few people get certified or capable to in terms of these new capabilities. How we can help to grow the competency of people, so we can have more people to do data science and data analytics.
Yeah, I think because one thing is as I explained before, that you need to research and lock in with a vendor or partner who has vast experience coming from the multilingual, supporting the multilingual background. That's number one. Number two, experience of technology with consulting, local delivery is most important. And third is with the cloud ability that can help you to reach out to as many you need it. So and the more advanced the tools with the AI enabled ability, those are more self-intuitive. So it doesn't require any certifications to become a data scientist. Okay, those are self-intuitive tools which provide automatically root cause analysis, what we call it, or trend analysis to help you to lock in those immediate outcome and act almost near real time.
I see.
Yep. So ease and self-intuitive can help you with the cloud, can help you to deploy it faster and reach out to as many without any need of special training or certifications.
I see. Do Verint provided any training or any trial or anything that related to this data analytics and science?
Yes, I think we do engage with our partners in Indonesia, in Malaysia, in Philippines, Vietnam. We work with the partners, and of course we work with our main objective is to help the customer to solve their problems. Okay, because analytics is about giving them the insight, making them realize what is the root cause analysis, not about giving them the volumes of identifying volumes of the problem. I think every business has, but what is important is that you need to know today's top 10 priorities of top 10 problem, and not the hundreds of problem where you can't act on it. So it's all about actionable insight is makes your difference. So you need to rely on the partner with the tool. They can help you to uncover these actionable insight, which you can act on it to create a major impact to your business, whether positive or negative, and you can correct it to increase the revenue, to increase the brand experience, customer loyalty, or in the end, what enterprise wants is elevating the customer experience.
I see. In terms of the cloud implementation, because you mentioned about the data analytics is better because of cloud. So with some bank worry about the security of that, is it possible to do it in the private?
Yeah, so I think that's not an issue because once you have identified the right vendor, so such as Verint, which provides cloud, hybrid, and on-prem deployment. So it depends on the organization needs and their sensitivity of the security. Okay, for the voice conversation especially, they can choose to deploy in that model. And I don't see the speed of the deployment limited in any way, because all three areas are very grown, whether it is hybrid, whether it is on-prem or on the cloud. The on-prem is only because of the current states of the hardware availability and the delivery time frame. You understand the semiconductor challenges now we face. So the cloud probably can be the most fast viable options.
I see.
But the small and medium size, I would say, standard sites contact center doesn't have to worry, because those are not that doesn't require that big hardware anyway. I mean, one simple server can take care of 2,000 contact center interaction and analytics, one server. So it is as simple as that.
Okay. Any other question from the floor before we continue with the questions? It seems that the participant keeps silence. Okay. Another question is, how about the video? I mean, that is it analyzed as well, similar with the voice, or?
Yes, I think it's you're going to see more and more interactions because I think omni-channel journey has been started. Like, you can just imagine that how the digital transformation has helped. You look at how consumer or we call it Z generation consumer today. They are on the mobile app. They go and do the Google search, and then Google search describe the results. Whether they are searching for an apparel or searching for a particular website or phone or particular restaurant for the food or the location. So as soon as the results come, they want to get connected to it immediately, and then you have either Facebook Messenger or you have the Google Chat, and you straight away get into it, and then you are assisted first with the automated assistance, which is bots, and then from the bots they lead you to the human assistants, and then they lead you with the video conversations, and then the video conversations allow you to do co-browsing side by side, helping the agents and solving their problem immediately, and then getting their feedback and for the best customer experience example. This whole sequence, you can see that laid out at various, if you go back 5 years before, it might require 10 different siloed technology and measured in a 10 different way. Today it's become one single customer journey. And so that is what is, I would say, in a high adaptation. So video has become the end result as well. Most of the organizations started investing into it. So this is also going to be part of important the analytical requirement, because while the way you are analyzing the conversation, the voice and text, you need to also measure the video together as well.
Okay. I have another question about that, because so many companies now implemented KYC, know your customer. But we have someone to ask question. I give this opportunity first to Mr. Rizky Rizadi. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Andi. Hi, Pak Manish.
Yeah, hi, Pak.
I just want to ask you about how GDPR or the PDP bill in Indonesia later on when they are introduced. How do you see data analytic cope with or work around the GDPR or PDP bill?
Yeah, so I think we have deployed already our solution on the cloud, for the especially EU customers who follows GDPR so rigorously, and we have already have many customers done that. So our solutions are certified with those security or compliance standards, right? And the compliance is another thing that today's analytics help you to save the face or save any audit checks coming from the regulatory authorities. So I think it actually analytics augment the adaptation of analytics augments your compliance to those industry standards. So basically, it helps tremendously to make you compliant over and over again,
right,
and keep you in the check.
Right, because I kind of see that there's a double-edged sword for the GDPR or the PDP bill in terms of getting more data that is quite difficult there because of the compliance and regulation.
Yes. So I think, as I said earlier, we talk about the hybrid deployment, and with that you achieve certain data so for example, the credit card numbers and detail, you need to mask it out, right? So you can't use it. But I think, if you are transcribing 100% of the conversation and you are relying on technology which works on contextual base, then you are safe and you can still meet your compliance. Even absence of certain data, you can still provide the inputs, insights to those compliance standards.
So do you think in the future? Oh, sorry, I just have one last question.
Sure.
Okay,
just a follow up.
No,
so do you think the number of data variety will be the key in the future for PDP bill?
Yes.
For compliance?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree, because every, especially financial organization, they would adhere to more and more of PDP or GDPR, okay, to ensure that they take care of their customers' data.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very good question, Pariski, regarding PDP.
Yeah,
Everyone aware about that. This is a come back with the question about the what is KYC video. Yeah, it's a lot of company now is implementing this one, and how to monitor the risk of this compensation analytic. Immediately, of course, yeah, because when they approve or reject it, yeah, of course, based on the data behind, not only about the pictures they are taking. So what do you think about that?
I think the other thing I do see beside the video is a voice biometric, if you might have heard. That is also being used primarily for KYC needs, and or I would say reducing the number of questions you need to ask to authenticate your customer. Okay, so video is one way. The voice biometric is a simplistic way. Video is more complex, and the voice is more simplistic way. And the voice biometric is more, I would say, viable option for the developing countries, such as developing economies such as Indonesia, because you have a large chunk of populations. And mainly it being served on the voice conversation more than the digital at the moment, and hence it is important for the financial organization to take advantage of it, to use it as a KYC. So yes, it is very important, and the KYC actually increased the AHT, average handling time of the transactions of the conversations, almost by the 1/3 or even more than the bigger portion of the conversations, and that is a big time investment, resources investment, and if this can be automated in a more secure way, so voice biometric can be very much useful, and then of course the video will be the second to do. So basically, what I can say is we all hear about two-step authentication. To complete the KYC is the one where you ensure that the speaking person is the same guy who owns that account, and same time he's the receiving party, not somebody else. So both can be done, and that can eliminate that 1/3 of your AHT. That can give enormous saving, and same time make your customer more happy, because they have to wait longer on the conversation and directly agent can straight away come to the point where they have called in. So yeah, so I think that self-service digital transformation through the voice biometric, through those two-step authentication to identify or to shorten the KYC is on a most secure way, is the great in demand at the moment for the bank and financial organization.
Maybe another question about the data, where they store the data about that kind of information.
No, they are all stored on premise, because especially in the banking, because these are the private data of the customer, and as per the monetary authority or regulatory requirement or guideline, bank actually reserves and process with the agreement or permission from their customers.
I see. So it required a lot of what is agreement before
I
taking.
think that is done nowadays. It can be done. So let's say we have done the voice biometric project. We have done the voice biometric projects with one of the bank in Indonesia, and they have introduced the SMS to just confirm the customer would like to register their voice prints, right? So in that, of course, so once SMS confirmed, they take it as a willingness, permission of customer, and then whenever they call it next time. So there is no special call to be done. Whenever you call it regular, the way you reach out to your contact center for any work, during that conversation itself, your voice print will be carved out.
Okay, so voice biometric, data analytic, data science, a lot of things we are talking about. Any other question? I think this is the last question from the floor, if any. Go ahead if any question. Please raise your hand.
Please.
Okay, it seems that no one wants to ask questions. So let me, okay, you already mentioned about the successful implementation for some company. Okay, what do you think? Give me some tips, yeah. How leadership development in contact center in the era of data analytics and data science. Go ahead.
I think so most important is that identifying the right partners with the right technology and the experience behind supporting your country language is most important, and then identifying the right process and executives, bringing executive sponsorship, okay, to it, and then allowing the insight to be actionable, creating the process of culture to apply those insight to measure its impact. I think this is what the leaders of the today's CXO CEOs should be doing it, and so that they could keep learning, keep improving, because the problems are, I would say, ever dynamics than before because of the multi-channel usage by your customers, and it is not fixed to the type of the type of the priority. What you see today is not relevant tomorrow. So you need that AI and machine learning ability to keep on learning and adapting, and then and helping you to navigate through this, and identifying your top priorities every day basis with this process and culture in a place, and applying those insights. I think that is the right strategy to elevate your customer experience and at the same time achieve the operational excellency or efficiencies.
I see. And implementation of data analytic and data science, do you think that across the company or only specific for the customer touch point?
No, I think, as I said before, that it is across the company, because everybody, every employee, if you focus, they are part of the delivery somewhere to the customer's happiness, right? So if your process doesn't touch to every one of them, and you are not learning every one of them, you don't have a 360-degree view of your customers. And of course, you can start in a modular way. You can deploy in the front line, and then stretching to the next delivery chain, and then measuring across the omni-channel, what we call it.
I see. I think this is all my question. If there is no more question from the floor, I want to give opportunity to Manish to give a closing statement. Go ahead.
Thank you, Pak Andi. Thank you, everyone, for your time and listening me out or bearing me out for these last 60 minutes. I hope I've contributed to some information and as again we'll be always looking for an opportunity to partner with you to collaborate with you and at least not that meet up with you in person when I'm next in Jakarta, and I look forward to working with you or meeting you. So
Sure.
thank you very much. You all have my coordinates, or Pak Andi can always make you reach to me, and please feel free to let me know if you got any way we could help or Verint could help
Sure.
your digital transformation or analytics deployment or embracement into your processes. So we'll be happy to be support, assist whenever you need it. So once again, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much, Pak Andi, for the opportunity, and thank you, ICCA, for this platform.
Thank you, Manish, for the good conversation today. We discussed about AI, machine learning. We're talking about the data analytic, data science, voice biometric, and multi-channels. There's a lot of things regarding that as a benefit to the company or organization. Yes. And this has become more information required to grow the services to make it customer engagement, customer experience better. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you for this opportunity to talk. Hopefully, next time we will.
Meet in person.
Yes, more time to explore technology. Yeah, especially about the Verint or other related application that and we are happy to learn more about the technology updates from all vendors. Thank you again. Thank you all participants.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
See you next week. We will talking about the another issue. Yeah, hopefully this activity become your favorite channel to having more update about the contact center industry. Can we take a photo before we leave to all together? You want? Okay. If you have another question and if you want to reach a Verint business solution, Manish and team will be happy to give you the contact, I think. Or yeah, I think you can reach the what is
yeah. Okay. Absolutely, my pleasure. Anytime at your assistance.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, Pak. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Mr. Manish.
Thank you very much. Thank you.